My name is Teressa, and welcome to Maintain Your Mobility. Before we get started, I'd like to talk about our chair and our alignment. So making sure our chair is sturdy and your alignment. So my chair is a lot bigger, so I'll be using a block. You can use a block, a pillow, anything that is a little bit sturdier to make sure your alignment is proper. So I'm just going to turn from the sideways here. So proper alignment is your ankles are below your knees. Your knees are aligned with your hips. So sitting up nice and neutral and strong, shoulders relaxed. And that's our alignment. So let's get into a comfortable position on your chair. You can have a pillow behind your back or a blanket, and just sit back and relax. I invite you to close your eyes or have them softly gazed. Taking a few minutes here to connect with your breath and body. Noticing how you're arriving on your chair today. Starting to let your breath settle. And feeling your mind start to calm. I invite you to place one hand on your heart and one hand, your thumb on your navel and your hand below, if it feels comfortable for you today. Let's begin to deepen our breath. When you're ready, take an exhale, allowing your lungs to empty completely. And then allow your natural inhale to happen. I'm going to guide you through diaphragmatic breathing, and that is your belly breath. So your breath should be nice and calm right now. You're inhaling through your nose and exhaling through your nose. Allowing your breath to flow, excuse me, quietly and softly. Simply watching it without trying to change it in any way. Feel and visualize your breath flowing through your body, in through your nose, down through your throat, and into your lungs. Now continue with your breath. Excuse me. Diaphragmatic breathing brings oxygen to your body and muscles, relaxes tension, reduces stress for your GI, helps with anxiety, lowers your blood pressure and heart rate. Continue breathing, and I'm going to describe our next set of breaths that we'll be doing. We'll be moving into Brahmari, humming bee breath. So what that will be is when you take your next inhale in, and as you exhale, you'll be making a humming noise with your mouth, lips shut. Just nice and slow. So as you take an inhale in, go ahead, and then exhale it out. The humming bee breath increases saliva, calms your mind, reduces anxiety and tension, and calms the nervous system. Continue with your humming breath, a few more breaths. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes and you can release your hands to the side. Excuse me. Now you can remove your blanket, your pillow, and we'll come into our sitting position. You just sit up nice and relaxed. Relax those shoulders. Our next movement is going to be for your eyes. So you're going to visualize a clock in front of you. Now with this movement, you're not moving your head, you're only visualizing and moving your eyes. So you'd be looking straight at your clock, and you can blink your eyes a few times. If you have glasses, you can remove them. And we'll begin. So looking at your clock, blink a few times, and then look up, look to the right, look down, look to the left, and look up. We're going to continue this on for 2 more times. So to the right, look down, to the left, look up, to the right, look down, to the left, look up. Now you can take your hands and rub them and get them nice and warm. And once they're warm, you can place them on your eyes. You can slowly close them. Let's just go in a circular motion. And you can go the other way. What this exercise does is get your little fluids going in your eyes, lubricates your eyes, and helps with dry eyes in children's. So you can bring your hands down, and now we're going to go the other way. Now going one way and the other way, it helps with your concentration. So you can blink your eyes a few times and keep them nice and wide and open. Going to look up, to the left, look down, to the right, look up, to the left, look down, to the right, look up, to the left, look down, to the right, and then look up. And let's grab our hands again, and we'll rub them till they get nice and warm. You can close your eyes. Once they're warm, place them on your eyes. You can cup your forehead with your fingers and just rub in a nice circular motion. And you can move down your face if you like with your palms, going down to your jawline, getting into all those nice glands that we have on the side and lower face and under the chin. And then we'll move ourselves back up to the top. And then you could gently bring down your hands and open your eyes. Let's do one more thing. Let's grab our hands and let's get them nice and warm again. And place them on an area where you have a little bit of tension or you just need some extra love today. And we'll just sit here and breathe for a few moments. And then once you're ready, you can release your hands and bring them down to our sides and come back into a nice central position. And take a few breaths here. On your next inhale, you'll take, and as you exhale now, you're going to gently bring your chin to your chest. And then you can inhale, bringing your chin up to the sky. A nice slow movement with our neck. Relaxing your shoulders. And then come up to a neutral position. And then you're going to draw your chin over over to your left shoulder. Now we're going to draw a U. So we're going to drop our chin, bring it down to our chest, and then bring it up over to our right shoulder. And you can look over your right shoulder if you like. And drop it down. And look over your right. We'll do this one more time. And then bring your neck back to neutral. Now we're going to drop our chin to our chest. Bring our ear over to our left shoulder. And then bring it behind, back, and then over to the right, and down. Just nice slow circles with your neck. Remembering to breathe. Relaxing your shoulders. You might feel a little bit of pops. That's your synovial fluid. And let's try the other way. Going to your right now, to the back, to the left, and down. At any time, if you need to get a drink of water or just get up and move, that's all right. That is a wonderful thing about yoga. You make it your own. And then we'll bring our head back up to a neutral position here. Take a few breaths. Let's bring our arms out to the side. And bring your fingers to the top of your shoulders. Having your elbows aligned with your shoulders. I'm going to draw some nice circles with your elbows. So bringing them forward, your elbows do not have to touch. You're going to squeeze those chest muscles in the front and then squeeze those back muscles in the back. So nice and slow. One more time. Let's reverse them now. Squeezing those back muscles. Pulling your shoulders down, then bringing them back up as we come to the front. Noticing how you're feeling with these circles. And one more time. And we'll release our shoulders here and we'll just do a nice little circles here. Now we're going to bring our arms back out to the sides and we're going to bring our arms up now to cactus arms. Spreading the fingers as wide as you can go. Having your elbows aligned with your shoulders again, sitting up nice and tall. If you like, you can tuck that belly button into the spine, protecting your lower back. Now we're going to take a nice inhale in. As you exhale, squeeze those elbows together. And then bring them back out to the back and squeezing those shoulder blades. Just a nice slow movement. We all move differently. We all have different ranges of motions. My elbows do not touch. That's okay. Only move as far as your body can go. One more time, both ways. And we'll release. Coming back to neutral. We'll shake those shoulders out. And sitting up nice and tall here, relaxing those shoulders now. We'll take a nice few breaths here. Now let's move our hands. Now, if your shoulders are not happy, you can keep your elbows tucked into your ribs, or you can bring them out in front of you. I'll leave that up to you. So again, looking at our alignment, Sitting up nice and tall, feet flat on the ground. You want to tuck that belly button into the spine and find the position that works for you. We're going to start with flexion and extension. So we're going to lift our fingers up and then bring them back down. And here again, you might get some popping. That is all right. Spreading those fingers wide if you can. And now as we bring them up, we're going to rotate them out to the side and then bring them back in. Some nice abduction and adduction. Now here what you feel, you should be feeling nice rotation all the way up to the tops of your arms. Now we're going to bring our hands back up to center. And we're just going to open and close. Just nice and slow. And depending on your hands, just be careful and mindful if you have ulcers. Just a little bit of movement is okay. Now we're going to close our fist gently. And we're going to do the same thing with flexion and extension. So keeping our fists up and then bringing them back down. Now you should feel this a little bit differently now. It will be pulling on the front of your wrists all the way up to your forearms. And at any time, if your shoulders are getting sore, just bring them in. Now with our hands being up here, we're going to open up our hands nice and wide. And we're going to start circling our thumb. Just a nice slow motion. And then bring it up to your index finger, to your middle finger, to your ring finger, and your pinky. And then you're going to bring it all the way back down to your thumb. It's a hard concentration, just a slow little movement. Now once you're down to your thumb, if you remember the direction you're going, now let's reverse it. And then once you get to your pinky again, work all the way back down. Good work. This one's a hard one. Now keeping your hands up as wide as you can go, we're going to gently bring our thumb over to our pinky and we're going to hold it there for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and let's shake it out. And we'll do it again, bringing your hands up, bringing that thumb over as far as you can, hold it there, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and shake it out. And let's go one more time. Over to the pinky, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good work. We'll bring our hands down, come back to neutral spine. Let's take a nice few breaths. Now let's start working on our lower body. You can place your hands on your legs, sitting up nice and tall. You might want to move into the center of your chair. We're going to do some nice torso circles. So starting to bend forward and then go over to your left, to the back, to the right. You can make this as organic as you like. So if you want to move your shoulders in it, your neck into it, just give a nice stretch to your back. Might feel some popping and cracking. Let's go the other way. And then come back up into a sitting position. Let's take a few breaths here. I'm going to move you through a nice flow massaging your upper back, going into side bends, twists, and a little bit of back bends and forward bends. As I move you through the first one, I'll hold it for a few breaths just to show you where your alignment should be and where it feels good for you. So sitting up nice and tall, we'll begin with bringing our hands to our heart. We'll take a nice breath in and out. I'm going to inhale our arms up to the sky. Now this movement here is quite hard on your shoulders. If your shoulders are not feeling it, you can bring your arms into a cactus. So aligning your shoulders with your elbows, or if you like, you could bring your hands out in front of you, just resting your hands on top of one another. So find what works for you today. So tucking that belly button into the spine, looking up at the sky. Now you're going to drop your hand to the left. You're going to reach your right arm up to the sky and do a side bend. Now, if this is not feeling good for you for your shoulder, here again, you can bring your hand onto your hip if it's comfortable, or you can have it just along the side of your chair. And if you like, you can bring your chin up to the sky or to the side of the room, depending on your range of motion of your neck. So with your arm aligned with your hips, then bringing your arms back up to the sky, and we'll go to the other side. So finding what spot works for you best, and then bringing your arms back up to the sky. Now we're going to go into a twist, so you can keep your arms nice and straight, keeping your torso straight, looking over to your right, or you can grab your knees and the back of the chair, relaxing those shoulders. And then you'll be bringing your arms back up to the sky and then twisting to the other side, finding what works for you the best today. And then you're going to be bringing your arms back up to the sky and then turning your palms down and bringing your hands to the side of your chair. Now with this movement, you're going to be lowering your shoulders, lifting your chest, lifting your chin to what feels good for you. And then the next moment, we're going back up to the sky. And then we're coming down into a forward fold. Now with GERD, you can put your hands on your knees and you can just do a nice little chin tuck here. Or you can bring your hands all the way down to the ground and relax your neck, doing the no. And then we'll hold it here for a few breaths. And then we'll come back up, bringing your hands to your heart. Now I'll be talking with your breaths. So as we go, you'll be doing inhales and exhales. But you know what? We all breathe differently. So if it's not working for you, it's okay. So we'll begin. Bringing our hands to our heart, taking a nice exhale out. Inhaling your arms up to the sky. Exhaling into a side bend. Inhaling your arms up to the sky. Exhaling into a side bend. Inhaling your arms up to the sky. Exhaling into a twist. Inhaling your arms up to the sky. Exhaling into a twist. Inhaling your arms back up to the sky. Exhaling, turning your palms down, bringing them behind your back, lifting your neck, chin up to the sky. And then inhaling your arms back up to the sky and exhaling into your forward fold for what works for you today. Let's just hold it here for a few breaths. We got your heart pumping a little bit. Now on your next inhale, Slowly come back up to a position, your sitting position, and bringing your hands to your heart. Let's go one more time. So when you're ready, take a nice exhale, inhaling your arms up to the sky, exhaling into a side bend, inhaling your arms back up to the sky, exhaling into a side bend, inhaling your arms up to the sky, exhaling into a twist, inhaling your arms up to the sky, exhaling into a twist, inhaling your arms up to the sky, turning your palms down as you exhale, bringing your arms behind your back, lifting your chin, and then inhaling your arms up to the sky, and exhaling into your forward fold. And let's just hold it here for a few breaths. And on your next inhale, slowly come up to a seated position, bringing your hands to your heart, and then releasing your hands in a neutral position, and we'll take a few breaths here. Now let's begin on our lower body. So you can bring your hands on your lap. You might have to adjust yourself here in your chair, sitting in the middle of your chair, and let's do some torso circles. So bringing your body forward, going to the left, to the back, to the right, and then forward again. Now you can make this as organic as you would like. You can move your lower body around, your shoulders around, your neck around. Just enjoy this nice position. Let's go the other way. See how it feels for you. You might feel that area where you need to have a little bit of tension, and you may go back and forth a little bit as you can. And then we'll come back up to a nice center position. Release our hands. Just relax here for a few breaths. Now, if you have a strap, you can grab one. I'm going to move my block out of the way. And you can grab your strap. I like the ones with the loops in them. And you can place it on your right foot. And yes, if you need a drink, go ahead and have a drink. Now, sitting up more closer to the edge of your chair, we're going to root our left foot into the ground. Now, you can use a strap or not use a strap. I'll leave it up to you. I will show with a strap. So sitting up nice and tall, tucking that belly button into the spine, relaxing those shoulders. We'll just take a nice inhale in. Now, as you exhale, you're going to slowly lift your foot up and continue with your breath, just inhaling and exhaling. Now, with your foot, you're going to point and flex. Just nice and slow. Maybe when you point or flex, see if you can stretch your toes out. Good work. Now we'll gently bring your foot to the ground. Move your water bottle if you do have one. Now sitting up nice and tall again, neutral spine, having those shoulders relaxed. We're going to inhale your leg up, keeping it flexed so your toes are pointed to you, and then exhale it down. Inhale it up, and exhale it down. You might have to move a little bit closer to the edge of your chair. Feeling your muscles work. We'll go one more time. Now we're going to keep it up. Now we're going to slowly, you can bring it all, your straps in your right hand, and you can have your hand on your lap or on the side. I'll leave it up to you. Now you're slowly going to bring your foot, your leg out to the side, and then bring it back in. So nice, slow movement. It doesn't matter how far you go, you'll be feeling it in your hip, and in your inner thigh, and in your quad. We'll go a few more times. Good work. We'll come back to center and we'll release it. And we'll work on the other side and move your water bottle again. So with all that movement around, let's move to the edge of our chair again. Rooting your right leg into the ground. We'll take a nice inhale in. And as you exhale, gently lift up your leg. Doesn't matter how far you go. Continue with your breath now. Let's point and flex. See if you can stretch your toes out nice and wide. We'll go a few more times. Feeling your muscles on the backs of your legs and on the top. Now let's release our leg, bringing it back down. Holding onto your strap again, sitting up nice and tall, relaxing those shoulders. Let's take an inhale in. And as we exhale, let's stretch that leg out, having your toes flex, and inhale it down. Exhale it up, and inhale it down. Just a nice slow movement. All of our range of motions are all different. We're lifting it up and we're feeling good. Now when you're up at the top, you can grab the strap in your left hand. You can hold on to the side of your chair or your thigh, sitting up nice and tall. Now let's slowly bring it out to the side. Now, do you feel that? Our bodies, our both sides are totally different. Our range of motions are different. So seeing that, feeling that this leg is not moving as far as the other leg, that's okay. Or maybe it opens up more wider. Now let's bring it back down. And let's release our strap. And we can just move our hips around because we used a lot of our muscles here. And you can take a drink if you'd like. Or get up and walk around, that is all right. Now, back to sitting in the middle of the chair. You might need to bring your block in again. We're going to be rooting our left foot into the ground, so sitting up nice and tall. Now we're going to bring our right leg to the top of our knee. Well, if this doesn't work, you can cross your ankles, cross your legs, or you could just gently let it drop out to the side. Find the position that works for you. So now, sitting up nice and tall, you might feel it already in your hip. So sitting up nice and tall, taking a nice breath in. Now, as you exhale, you're going to be hinging forward, keeping a nice straight back and keeping your neck straight with your back. And finding that spot, you'll be feeling it in your right hip, maybe a little bit in your left hip. You can bring your hands on your leg, finding a spot that works for you, just comfortable, and breathe into this movement. Now, if this is a little too much, just come up a little bit. As you're breathing with your inhales and exhales, perhaps on your next exhale, you can deepen your movement. It's amazing how your body sometimes lets you just relax and you move with ease into the movement. And it's okay if it doesn't. And on your next inhale in, we'll come back up to a sitting position, taking your left hand to your right knee, sitting up nice and tall, shoulders relaxed. Going to take a nice inhale in. Now, as you exhale, you're going to twist to the right. So you can bring your hand to the back of your chair or to the side and looking over your shoulder and relaxing those shoulders. Twisting to the right helps move our ascending colon. For us with our little GI issues, I'm just going to sit here and breathe into this movement. And on your next inhale, we'll slowly come back to center, release our leg, and we can just do a nice little tap. And we'll work on the other leg. So sitting up nice and tall again. So you can either cross your foot over top of your knee, cross your ankles, or drop your leg out to the side. Find what works for you today. So find your spot. We'll take a nice inhale in. And as we exhale, hinging from our hips, keeping a nice straight back, nice neutral neck as we breathe into this movement. How are you feeling on this side? Is there a little bit more tension in this hip? Do you need to move up a little bit or move more into it? And perhaps on your next exhale, you can deepen the pose or not. And on your next inhale, slowly come up to a seated position, relaxing those shoulders, taking your right hand to your left knee, dropping your hand on the side of your chair, and slowly twisting to your left. Taking in a nice inhale and exhale. Now we're moving our descending colon, helping everything move along its way. Feeling your chest rise as you inhale, and everything soften as you exhale. And on your next inhale, slowly come back to center, drop your leg, and just relax your body. We'll remove our block. Come back to center here, and we'll just take a few breaths. Now, sitting up on the edge of your chair, I'll show you once what we're all going to do. So maybe having a little bit of a wider stance, we're going to move into a standing squat and then come back down. So I'll show you here. So rooting down into your heels and into your feet, tightening, accelerating your calves and your quads. Now you can have your hands on your hips or your hands in front of you. Find what works best for you. Now you're gently going to be moving forward. You can bring your belly onto your quads and gently come up, squeezing your buttocks and your quads all the way back up. And then slowly coming back down, reversing what you did. So tightening your quads, finding your seat, and coming back down. So when you're ready, find your spot, come to the edge of your chair, rooting your feet into the ground. We're going to take a nice inhale in. And as we exhale, let's get into our standing squat. So just nice slow movement here. Do not rush it. Find the back of your chair. And if you can only do 1 today or 2 today, that's good. With maintaining your mobility, doing these lovely little exercises helps us go upstairs, get into the car, even help going to the bathroom. Sometimes it's hard getting up. Go one more time. Great work, everyone. You should be very proud of yourself. That was hard. Now we're going to get up and move around our chair. You can go to any side of your chair because we'll be going to the other side. What I find what works is standing on the side of your chair and holding it with your arm. So you're going to be rooting your right leg into the ground and slowly bringing your left leg out to the side, or if you're on the other side, your right leg. So with this exercise, you're bringing your leg out. You'll be feeling it in your hip and your buttocks, keeping your foot flexed, just nice and slow. And remember to breathe and keeping your belly button tucked to your spine, which protects your back. And we'll go one more time. And then we'll bring your foot down. Let's just do a nice little hip shake. Then we'll come into a nice standing position again, having our feet hip width apart, rooting down into our right leg again, nice and strong. I'm just going to come out a little bit here. Lifting your knee up. Now, it's not a big movement. It could be right here, or you can just keep your foot on the ground. How it feels good for you today. So lifting it up and gently bringing it out towards the outside, and then slowly bringing it in, just bringing it across the front of your body without twisting your body and keeping your hips nice and square. So bringing it out, rotating out, and then bringing it back in. Nice and slow. Remember to breathe. And at any time you've had enough, you can lower your leg down. We'll go one more time. Good work. And let's bring it down to the ground. And let's do a little shake. Now let's go to the other side of our chair. And see how the other side works today. So standing up nice and tall, feet hip width apart, rooting now your weight in your other leg, and slowly bringing your right leg out to the side, and then bringing it back in. You can have your hand on your hip or on the side of your body. Just a slow movement. If you're here today, that's great. And then bring it back down. Go a few more times. And remembering to breathe. One more. Good work. Let's bring it down. Let's do a nice little shake of those hips again. And standing up nice and tall, rooting through our left foot. Let's bring our knee up. So here again, this side might feel differently. It might be just right here, or your top of your feet are on the ground. Find what works for you, lifting it up and rotating it out. Bring it to the front, a little bit across the body, and bringing it out. And remembering to breathe. A few more times. Good work. Bring it down. Let's just do a nice little hip dance again. Now you can stand behind your chair. I'm just going to move my chair sideways here so you can see what I'm doing. So standing up nice and tall, you're about a foot away from your chair and your feet are about hip distance apart. I'll give you a little demonstration first. You're going to come up on your tippy toes. You're going to come down to a flat foot, and then you're going to bring your toes up to the sky. So I'll come back in my flat foot. We'll just take a nice inhale in. And as you exhale, come up on your tippy toes. Inhaling down. And then exhaling back up, digging your heels into the ground, lifting your toes. So you can move with your own breath. Just nice and slow, feeling your calves, feeling your shins, feeling your quads, your lower back. It's amazing on a little movement can move so many muscles and make you feel good. So go a few more times. But at any time, if you're done, take a walk around the room. That's okay. This is the last time down and last time bringing our toes up. Then we'll come back and we'll do another little shake. Good work. So we'll move the chair to where it was. And we'll take a seat. Coming back to our neutral spot, we'll take a few breaths here. Let's stretch out our lower legs. So I'm going to get my water bottle in the way. I'm going to go sideways here so you can see my legs. So sitting up nice and tall, you might be on the edge of the chair to feel the stretch in your back of your leg. So rooting your left leg into the ground, you're going to stretch out your right foot. Having your foot flex, your toes coming towards your body. You're going to take a nice inhale in. And as you exhale, you're going to hinge from your hips, keeping a nice straight spine and a straight neck. Going into a nice runner stretch, so you'll be feeling it on the backs of your legs, the one that's stretched. And let's sit here and breathe. We did a lot of leg exercises. So let's just have a nice little stretch. And on your next inhale, slowly come up. And let's work on the other one. So rooting your right leg into the ground, extending your left leg out. You might need to adjust yourself again, sitting on the edge of your chair, flexing those toes towards your body, sitting up nice and tall, taking an inhale in. And as you exhale, hinging from your hips, keeping your spine straight and your neck neutral. Looking down at those toes, feeling that beautiful stretch in the back of your leg. Now, if you're not feeling that stretch, you might have to move yourself a little bit forward. On your next inhale in, slowly come up. Bring your legs together. Now let's find that ball. So placing the ball underneath your right foot. We're not going to worry about how you're sitting in the chair. We're just going to concentrate on our feet. So position in your chair, you might come a little bit in the center of your chair, spine. So starting with the ball at the top of your big toe, you're going to slowly roll it down all the way to your heel. And then you're going to roll it back up to your big toe. Now, depending on how much pressure you would like, I'll leave that up to you. Sometimes we're a little sensitive, or sometimes that spot feels really good. Moving those tendons and fascia around. Now when we're at our heel, let's start in the middle of our foot now and work all the way back up to the middle of our toes, all the way back down. And here again, depending on the pressure that you want to put on the bottom of your foot. And now let's go to the outside of your foot. That's okay if your ball goes rolling across the room. I've done it many a times. Now coming back up to the top of your toes, let's do some circles. Now here again, if you want to press into that fascia, you can. Roll it all the way down into the arch of your foot and into your heel. Let's reverse your circles. It's one of these new exercises that we can do every day. When we're watching TV or if we're at the computer. Okay, let's release the ball. And let's see how the other side works. So starting off at your big toe and rolling it down into your arch. All the way to your heel, and then all the way back up. Now I find sometimes both feet are different. Let's go to the middle now. All the way up to the middle of our toes. Oops, see, I just lost my ball. We're all human. Now, once you're at your heel, let's go to the outside of your foot, all the way to your pinky, and back all the way down. This side doesn't want to work for me. Now let's do some circles. You might find that nice yummy spot, and you can stay there. Let's reverse those circles. Good work. And we'll remove the ball, put it off to the side. And we'll take a few breaths here, coming back to a nice neutral spine. Let's get ready for Shavasana. Now, I'll leave it up to you. If you want to stay in your chair, you can put some nice pillows and blankets. Or if you'd like, you can get down and place your feet up on the chair and have your body nice and down on the ground. I will leave it up to you on how you would like to practice your Shavasana. I'll give you a couple of breaths here to find out where you're going to be. I invite you to close your eyes or keep them softly gazed. Maybe place your hands on the side of your body if it feels comfortable, or on your belly or your lap. Move your chin side to side, finding that nice neutral spine where you can rest your neck. Let's take a few breaths. So breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth. Let's take another one. Inhale through the nose and out through your mouth. Let's go one more time. Inhale through your nose and out through your mouth. I'm going to walk you through a nice body scan, starting off with the top of your head. Start bringing awareness to the top of your crown. Relaxing your head, relaxing your crown. Softening your forehead, softening your eyebrows, perhaps squeezing your eyebrows up into your forehead, and then relaxing it. Relaxing your eyes, relaxing your cheeks, relaxing your lips, perhaps squeezing your lips and your cheeks together, and then relaxing them. Relaxing your tongue, relaxing your jaw, relaxing your neck, softening your shoulders, perhaps lifting your shoulders all the way up to your ears, giving a squeeze, and then softly relaxing them. Relaxing your elbows, relaxing your wrists, relaxing your fingers, perhaps squeezing your fingers together and then relaxing them. Softening your upper back, your middle back, your lower back, letting it completely relax into your mat or into your chair. Relaxing your chest, softening your abdomen, relaxing your butt cheeks. Maybe squeeze them and then relax them. Softening your quads, relaxing your knees, relaxing your calves, softening your ankles, relaxing your toes. Maybe squeeze your toes together and squeeze your lower limbs, and then let them relax. Your whole body should be nice and relaxed from your toes all the way up to the top of your head. I'm going to let you relax here for a few moments and enjoy this relaxation. You're going to start gently waking up your toes and your fingers, gently moving them. Lifting your arms above your head, giving a nice morning stretch to your body, pointing your toes, and then bringing them down beside your body, relaxing. If you are laying on the floor, slowly roll over to your side. Take a moment there, and then come up to your chair or stay on the floor in a seated position, bringing your hands to your thighs or to your knees, placing your palms up. Take a little moment here, noticing how you're feeling, tapping into them. Lifting your arms above your head, giving a nice morning stretch to your body, pointing your toes, and then bringing them down beside your body, relaxing. If you are laying on the floor, slowly roll over to your side. Take a moment there, and then come up to your chair or stay on the floor in a seated position, bringing your hands to your thighs or to your knees, placing your palms up. Take a little moment here, noticing how you're feeling, tapping into that inner smile, lifting the corners of your mouth. I invite you to bring your hands to your heart to seal your practice. And then opening up your arms out to the side. And then bringing them in and giving yourself a great big hug. I thank you all for coming out and practicing with me today. Take care.